What if the man once hailed as hip-hop royalty ended up begging the very president he once trashed to save him? That's not just a wild conspiracy theory floating around the internet. It's real. It's happening. And it might just decide the future of Sean Diddy Combs. In a stunning twist that has fans, critics, and political commentators all spiraling, Diddy's legal team has officially reached out to none other than Donald Trump, asking for a presidential pardon. The same Trump Diddy once publicly condemned, the same Trump who's now teasing the idea, but also holding a grudge. This isn't just a legal story. It's a messy web of betrayal, politics, fame, and justice, all unfolding in real time. And what you're about to hear will change the way you look at both of these men forever. When CNN pressed Diddy's lawyer, Nicole West Morland, on whether she had been in contact with the Trump team, her answer was simple and stunning. Yes, we've reached out. And yes, there have been conversations about a possible pardon. Wait, what? The same Diddy who campaigned against Trump? Who criticized him on national platforms and urged fans not to vote for him? Now his lawyers are quietly negotiating a deal that could free him from a possible 10-year prison sentence. This revelation sent shockwaves through the industry, not because of the legal maneuvering itself, but because of who was now involved. A controversial rapper, a disgraced president, and a secretive legal conversation that could change everything. But the real surprise came when Trump was asked about it. During an interview with Newsmax, Trump was asked point blank if he would consider pardoning Sean Combs. His response? Not exactly warm. Well, I was very friendly with him. I got along with him great. He seemed like a nice guy. But when I ran for office, he said some not so nice things. Trump paused, Chuckles smirked, and then said the quiet part out loud. It makes it more difficult to do. In other words, this isn't just a legal decision, it's personal. Trump isn't just weighing Diddy's conviction, he's weighing how Diddy made him feel. And if you know anything about Trump, holding a grudge isn't exactly out of character. Still, the interview left room for speculation. Trump called Diddy essentially half innocent. He even admitted, I didn't know him well, but I liked him. So is this a door left cracked open? Or a subtle power move to keep Diddy hanging? Trump's language was vague, emotional, and very on brand. No direct answers, no firm stance, just enough ambiguity to dominate headlines without committing to anything. And maybe that's the point. Trump doesn't just issue pardons. He makes people wait for them, beg for them, fight for them. It's not just politics, it's leverage.
So what exactly would Trump be pardoning? Diddy is currently facing up to 10 years in federal prison. In July, he was convicted of 2 counts of transporting women across state lines for illicit purposes, essentially using his influence and wealth to exploit vulnerable individuals. He was acquitted, however, of 3 other major charges: racketeering, conspiracy, and 2 counts of sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion. That acquittal was hailed as a partial victory. But don't get it twisted. The 2 convictions are serious, and his sentencing is locked in for October 3rd. The legal clock is ticking. And with bail denied, Diddy is already sitting behind bars, watching the drama unfold from a jail cell. So how did Diddy beat the most explosive charges? His lawyer, Nicole West Morland, gave a surprisingly blunt answer. We told the truth. From day one, the strategy wasn't to deny Diddy's dark past. In fact, they admitted it outright. She said, "We came out and said he's a domestic abuser, but that's not what this trial is about." By acknowledging the parts of Diddy's reputation that were undeniable, the defense was able to isolate the charges and create reasonable doubt around the most serious allegations. No outlandish stories, no courtroom theatrics, just cold, calculated honesty. And in this case, it worked. But not everyone bought it. Social media didn't see this as justice. It saw it as privilege. Another rich celebrity gets away with it, some said. If this was anyone else, they'd be in for life. Rumors began swirling. Claims that Diddy used powerful friends, backroom deals, or even hush money to tilt the case in his favor. And once the news broke that Trump might be involved, the internet lost its mind. Some claimed this was all a setup. Others said the pardon conversation was planted to distract from deeper investigations. Whether those theories hold any weight or not, one thing is clear. The public isn't ready to forgive or forget, and Diddy's reputation may never recover, no matter what the courts say. Let's be real. If Trump pardons Diddy, it'll be one of the most controversial moves of his political comeback. It would send a message, not just about justice, but about who gets to escape it. To Trump supporters, it might look like another alpha move, flipping an enemy into an ally. To his critics, it's proof that power can be bought, sold, and negotiated, even after a criminal conviction. For Diddy, it would mean freedom, but also a permanent asterisk next to his name. Because no matter how you spin it, a presidential pardon doesn't mean innocence. It means someone powerful liked you enough to intervene, and that's a tough pill to swallow, especially for a man who built his career on independence and domination.
Some insiders believe the pardon talks are just smoke and mirrors. After all, Trump's been here before, dangling pardon promises during chaotic moments to control the media cycle. Is this about helping Diddy? Or is it about taking attention away from Trump's own legal problems? Or worse, is it a tactic to bait Diddy into publicly supporting him? With 2028 elections already heating up, celebrities are becoming political chess pieces, and Diddy might just be another pawn on Trump's board. Sean Combs once stood on top of the world, untouchable, unstoppable, and undeniably powerful. But now, his fate might rest in the hands of a former president, annoyed, with a grudge. A pardon is still possible, but it's no longer just a legal decision. It's a question of ego, loyalty, and unfinished battles from years ago. And as October 3rd approaches, one thing is clear. Diddy's story isn't just about justice. It's about how power protects itself, and what happens when enemies become desperate enough to make deals with the devil. Because in the end, will Trump save Diddy, or will he let him rot, just to prove a point?